is the relative calm in the Mideast between Iran and the United States, the proverbial calm before the storm. October 27th, I'm Mark Friedman, just an American citizen. You know, we look at this, I've been looking at this for years, as we have four adversaries we have to deal with. Got Russia, China, North Korea, and Iran. This focus now is Iran in the Mideast, but we have to remember, we have to look at where we are because we have a fracturing of the world and the American century is over. Russia wants their sphere of influence in Europe. This is Putin. Read what Putin writes, listen to what he says, and his actions speak louder than words. Isn't that what we were always taught by our parents? Moved into the Caucasus, moved into Georgia, and look what he's doing in Ukraine. It doesn't care, it just kills all innocents. China wants Asia, and it's focused very much on the South China Sea. They're militarizing the atolls there. They are bullying the Philippines, Vietnamese, the Thais. They own Laos. Laos owes them so much money, and they want to really be able to have major influence on Australia, New Zealand, Japan, and South Korea. Their focus, and then, of course, India and all the others. But that's where their focus is that part. That's where they're looking for their sphere of influence. North Korea, they're more like a wild card. The young un just follows his grandfather and father's footsteps. Yeah, wild cards are horrible, but he's more like a junior member of this four. He wants his nuclear energy and wants his nuclear weapons, but he was never looking for world domination. Iran is totally different on how they're looking at their sphere of influence with us. They want the Mideast. They want to be able to control the Mideast. They want to be able to have major influence over the Saudis and the others, so they try to control Yemen, Lebanon, and be able to put as much heat as possible down there and on the United States, so that we either move out or go down, because the Iranians hate us. Look at their history with us. We kind of helped the Shah, we probably backed the Shah going in, what was it, the late 50s? They threw out the Shah, that was a Khomeini, and he came in from France, and then they overthrew the Shah. They had the hostages, the American hostages, the embassy hostages. That's when Ted Koppel on ABC News started. America held hostage. The first news at 11:30 at night used to only be on at like 6 to 6:30 or 6:30 to 7, I think. I loved that stuff. That was late then. The first time you saw it, news exploding. But we had hostages. And ever since then, after the hostages were released, it's been death to America, death to America, death to America. Khomeini died, and then it became Khamenei, and he hates us. It's no different. We're secular. We're just decadent. They're religious. They have their focus or their religion on what they think and how they think people should live. And they think we don't live right. They hate us because we don't live right. And therefore, if we're in their way, they're going to do what it takes to move us out. Now, recently, you just saw we went back and forth. They were attacking some of our troops in Iraq and Syria. We were there taking down, dealing with ISIS. We then just hit their supplies, some supply depots. That's been going on and off for years. But it seems to be getting a lot bigger in just the way they're talking. This is no message we sent, because Iran's not going to pick up this as a message. We are pumping down weapons. We are pumping down ammo. We are pumping down defensive weapons. It's like we're getting ready for something. Almost like, you just saw in Mexico where you had a little tropical storm, which in 24 hours became Hurricane Otis, Category 5, took out Acapulco. Wow. They're still just trying to get things together in Acapulco. It's so sad down there. But this is what we could be looking at here, and I'm very worried and convinced that this is not going to end where we are now, that there's going to be a problem with Iran, the United States, or Iran's right-hand guys down there, and we're going to end up in some type of a, hopefully just little, but nothing else, but a conflagration, hopefully not something major. Please, I want to be wrong. It just feels bad, It just feels bad. And please subscribe. You see us, you listen. We've been all over this, because remember, people all over the world join hands, join a love train. It ain't happening. The love train has left the station. Let's just get ready and be prepared. This is not going away. America has the major challenge of its history.